Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 25. Right, today's job, guys, we have to plant the carrots. It is that time of year. Now, I have just thought of something and I know I'm going to instantly be incorrect with this information. Can I plant flowers with this? I think I need a special machine. Yeah, I need to go to the shop and buy, or at least, let's see how much it is, I suppose. Let's have a look. We are going down to vegetable planters. Oh, it's not very expensive, is it? Right, there we go. We're going to buy this, guys, because, you know, I think we're going to use it more than just the ones. I think. Did I just make a mistake? That's 6 meters. That's right. So it is. Oh, it is only 3 meters wide, guys. Right, that does suck. But yeah, right, we have got to go to the shop and we have got to buy a carrot planter, basically. And that is on our to-do list first thing today. I've already been down to the dairy just to have a little look. And the dairy does have 1 pallet of milk. That's it, just the 1 pallet of milk. I haven't looked at anything else. I was going to do the wool as we drove past. As you can see, the wool has wow, 4.25 pallets of wool. If I think or remember correctly, I do believe wool is due to be sold anytime now. And to be honest, 4 pallets of wool could be £2,000 a pallet. It could be nearly 10 grand. By the time we've planted this field of ours at 3 meters, which, let's be honest, is going to take a while, I just can't justify the price difference between 3 and 6 meters. 3 meters is £12,500 ish, and 12 meters is like 50,000. I can't justify the difference in cost. So that's kind of why we're doing this. But maybe if we are selling wool, maybe we do need to look at selling the milk. Just because I'm trying to get as much money in the bank as we can now. I do have the money ready for the harvester. I do keep putting off buying it. I am going to be honest. I do keep putting off buying the harvester. The reason being is I'm hoping one or better is going to come up in the store. Now, I don't mind a harvester having 20 hours on it. We don't use it that often. So, you know, I'm hoping something comes up that we can afford. Like, you know, we're going to spend 70 grand on a brand new harvester. It's going to be a babyish one, considering. But if we can spend 90 grand and get a big boy one, why not? I've just thought of something in particular. I might not be able to plant this. I haven't cultivated that field. I've only... Yeah. I've got a feeling I may not be able to plant this until I've cultivated it. I have not done the carrots very often. And when I did, I used to use a modded machine. I don't think I can plant this. And I need to cultivate this first. Now, the reason I didn't do it is because I was planning on just using my all-in-one seeder and cultivator in one, you know, a direct seeder. That's the word. I couldn't think of the word. And yeah, obviously that is not going to happen in this one. So we do need to get this cultivated, and that is something that I didn't plan on. So I am a little bit behind with that. This field is going to take a little bit longer than I thought, but at least the cultivator is 6 meters. So this, what I'm thinking here is maybe we cultivate the field and we get a worker. Once we've done a headland, we maybe get a worker on and do it that way. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do this. Now, but it does also mean we need to manually harvest this field. Not harvest this field. We need to manually fertilize this field. Fertilizing this field will also not be done with our seeder. So it's a good job we got our sprayer. But I'm hoping if we can get a headland done on this, we can maybe get a worker going. Get a worker working on the headlands, and then we'll work on our way in. The workers, we've already technically done 2 headlands with this one. So yeah, there's definitely enough width on the cultivator to get this going with a worker. Definitely. Let's have a look. Look at that, yeah. This pulls this so well. But as soon as it gets to the slightest slope, it doesn't have to cause a power issue. Right, let's have a little look down there. Come on. Go that way. Lovely jubbly. So yeah, as you can see, we'll get one headland done. I always like to do a headland before we bring in a target. I do want to get the worker going as well, because then we can go and crack on with another job while this is happening. I still haven't fixed the dairy, by the way, guys. The output for the dairy, I still haven't fixed. I forgot, to be honest. I need to change the output of the dairy. I need to just change its angle, because if you remember rightly, from the last episode and the one before that, the dairy is just so... It's like on a 45-degree angle is the output, and it's just hell, to be honest. But I do need to load up the dairy and get that done. So right, what I'm thinking here is if we just put this here, put the Ford there, let's jump into the Volvo. We should be able to do this now. This is where I still can't do it. Right, let's get that right to the very end of here. I am going to put this onto a worker. So we're going to do this. 3 meters. We're going to start on the headlands. We're going to do 2. Oh. We have to do 3 headlands. AI worker. We'll do that. And then we'll do that. Now, I'm hoping he's going to start on the headlands right where we are. If he starts in a different place, we may be screwed. I said we may be screwed. I didn't say we would be. I said we may be. As you can see, that is one of our headlands done. We've got the worker going on this field as well. I have just realised I haven't got the time, so I'll put that to 12 for the bits that I've missed. He is doing that from exactly where we wanted. Absolutely brilliant. Now, we did get a couple of contracts done in the last episode, and we could do with doing a contract today. If you remember, we do have a monthly fee to pay for the tractor. We don't have to do it today. We could always do it next month. But if there's nothing to do in April 2, I do want to try and skip April 2. I don't see the point in being in April 2 if there's nothing to do. As it stands, I think the only thing we can do in April 2 will be to do the fertilising of this field. I'd like to get a liquid spreader, slurry spreader, if I'm honest, because this would be a good field to use it on. It would mean, you know, we'd still have to use normal fertiliser, but it would just be less we have to use. We get the slurry for free, but we do need to invest in a tanker. Now, I have been looking at tankers on the mod hub, and I have just realised by saying that I didn't activate the mods this morning. So I might have to jump out and activate them. I do have a couple, but they're not the ones I want to use. The ones I want to use have got a little bit bigger capacity. They're not the biggest of, like, spreading width. That's not what I'm after. I'm after capacity. You know, at the end of the day, it does go through the slurry quite quickly, so I don't want to be driving to a fertilizing contract and then, like, every 2 seconds running out kind of thing. So I have been looking for the mod hub mods. I am trying to use as many mod hub mods as possible. There are a few on the series, like the Fords and the i4 Williams, that I personally have fixed from King's Mod. But yeah, I am trying to use mod hub only mod, because I'm trying to set up the multiplayer server with Moss Valley, and I'm trying to make it crossplay. Now, it won't be crossplay when I'm setting it up, because I want to create farms, I want to give farms equipment, I want to give, you know, money and stuff. But then obviously I'm going to delete the the non-crossplay mods, you see. So like, I have to put in a finance mod which isn't available on console. I'll use that, and then as soon as we're set up, I'll turn the server off, I'll get that mod removed, and then I want to make a completely cross-play server. That's the plan anyway. Right, as you can see, that worker is looking good. I was going to time-lapse this, but to be honest, I'm thinking if we just manually do this, we can maybe time-lapse another job. You know, there's not that much to do in April, and we've only got a small farm. That's how I say, we've only got a small farm. Our grass fields should be growing quite nicely though. Let me get this cut across here, or cultivated across here in a nice straight line. There we go. Yeah, we've got to fertilise yet. Got to fertilise. It'd be nice to get some slurry on this field. That's the plan. But like I say, I definitely didn't load any new mods, but it doesn't mean I didn't load them yesterday. Like I said, I do log into this world and activate new mods if I remember. But I was looking at them as the Dragon Lady came home from work, and yeah, long story short, as she comes home from work, I then spend the evenings with her and stuff. Plus, you know, we've been doing bits and bats around the house, getting ready for the builders coming back in again, which is going to be all fun and games. It'll be nice though, because this is a big job that we're having done inside and out at the moment, but we're about to have done. It also means that 5 months of scaffolding will finally be coming down. Well, it'll be coming down till we repoint the house. We'll be repointing the house. Yeah, well, we've got to save up for that one. The house has slowly run us out of money, but we have done quite well with the house since we bought it. We've had a new log burner put in, we've had new heating pipes put in, we've had 4 new radiators. We've had a chunk of the pipework replaced because it wasn't good enough. Yeah, the roof's been / getting done. Obviously decorated, new boilers been fit. You know what I mean? We've been busy over the last, you know, we've had some electrics done. Yeah, so we've been mightily busy. Right, if I just come over here, I am just, yeah, I need to just go and look at the product. I could have looked at the production on the thing, couldn't I? But yeah, we are. We need to get. Yeah, we could do with a run to the shop. No, we could do with a milk run, which is not that great to be honest. But the thing is, if I take the milk to the dairy, we might as well bring the 1 pallet back to sell, because, well, we're going. But if I drop that off there and I use the trailer as a weight, the buffalo milk has gotten, what have we got? We've got 440, 2,000 litres of milk. I think this is what we should time-lapse actually. So, you know what? We're going to time-lapse this. We're going to go to the dairy. We're going to deliver this milk. We're going to bring the pallet back to here, to the farm. Then I'm going to take a buffalo milk to the dairy, and then we'll sell the pallet. That's what we're going to do, guys. there we go. We are just arriving back at the farm. I tell you what, the Volvo. I think the Volvo is still on the headlands. That's crazy how slow that's been. But you got to remember, it's only 3 meters at a time. That is definitely the perfect size field for putting carrots, parsnips, and beetroot. Absolutely. But yeah, we've got to deal with the the fertilising situation. But you know, we'll wait for that. We can maybe do that in April too. That'll be something to do. Sorry, guys. There we go. So let's get this back over here. We need to basically decide what's happening with the wool. So that's something we need to just look into now. Oh, I'm not expecting this, but is there a pallet? Is the hell? I don't think we'll ever see a pallet out of it. Oh, we might have a pallet next month. Wow. We might finally have a pallet next month. That's crazy how long that's taken. Yeah, as you can see, we've got rid of all the milk now, so that's going to keep that production going. We could technically just sell the direct from the production, actually. That wouldn't be the end of the world, but to be honest, what we might do... No, Worker G, you really haven't finished. Wow, what is this idiot up to? What's this guy supposed to have done? He hasn't done the middle. And he's trying to tell me he's finished. Right, let's leave him going for a few minutes while we go and sell this little packet of milk. It's 1,000 litres of milk. It should be some decent enough money. There might be a better sell place, but the sell point just round the corner from the farm, let's be honest, it's the best one to sell it at. It's the closest one. We do need to double check the price of wool. That's what I originally logged in to check, actually, and I have forgotten. Let's get rid of the milk and we'll go from there. So we've got to just double check the price of milk. There is 2 sell points here, so we might as well check the price of milk. Milk is... I believe the milk is this first one. Yeah, the express is this one, and the bakery is the back one. But there we go. 1,000. Milk is meant... Milk is £1,800. We got £1,000. There's no other sell points either. Milk is meant to be £1,857. No, ours is bottled milk. Oh my god. Really? By putting the milk into the production... Although... Oh my... Have we just lost out on a massive chunk of money? Milk is £800 per 1,000 litres more. It does... No, okay, so we haven't technically lost out. If we wanted quick cash, though, we could have sold the milk for a better price. But in the long run, it does work out to be a little bit, and I mean a little bit better, but it's not much. That's crazy. That is just stupidly not right. Where did I put my weight now? There's my weight. Yeah, that was a weird one. Right, I'm gonna get this weight onto here, and then we're gonna look at the wool situation. I know I keep jumping in and out of these menus today. So we've got wool, 2,167. So wool is still a very, very good price. We're talking nearly, well, we're talking 2,000 per, yeah, there's nearly, I don't really know what's going on here. We're gonna have to try a cosplay because this is not working. Right, that's the first time we've ever used cosplay on this series. Yeah, I don't have the little menu where it says cosplay up. I do sometimes, just not today. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with that. Like I say, we have got, you know, we put the worker on that field twice now, and he just doesn't seem to ever want to do any work. It's really, really weird. I've never been a big fan of like the in-game worker systems, and 22s were supposed to improve things, which I genuinely didn't think it improved anything over 19. And we're meant to have an even better worker system, and I don't see it, to be honest. I know there's gonna be some people out there like, oh yeah, you know, it's better, and if you genuinely see a difference, you know, brilliant. I am so happy. I don't mean it like in a condescending tone. It's just, I genuinely don't ever see it. I just think it's terrible. Right, what we're going to do here then, guys, is because we haven't got long left in this episode, time-wise. Like I say, I do like to record for about an hour to an hour and a half. Gives me about a 30-minute video, depending on how many time lapses are in it. Another reason why some videos have a lot of time lapses, I've got a lot to get done in the same amount of time. I'm going to get that onto there. I'm going to get this loaded onto here. I want to try and do this a little bit better, but we can time lapse go into the sell point. You know, the drive up there, it's a long drive to the sell point, that's for sure. As you can see, we've just done that there, we've done that there, we've got another one in. Yeah! Like I say, I am slowly improving, and to some people you're going to be like, wow, this isn't even good, but you know what, to me it really is. And I am so happy that I have managed to just stick to my guns a little bit. There are the odd times where super strength comes in, especially like if you're loading up and something falls off at the other side. But I have made a point to try and load up as much as I can in with the front loaders on this series, and yeah, I'm happy. I believe we've had an improvement. There's another bloody pallet just spawned. I never thought to leave the pallet. This is where I get my issues. I'm kind of coming on the wrong angle. And now this is something I would use a little bit of super strength, but just, you saw me load it up once. You know what I mean? I'm then not going to do it again. I will just do that because I've got to get that last one in. But we will get the last one in with without super strength. Like I say, it's not perfect. I've got to master doing bits before I can start doing other bits. Like, you know, I see some farm simmers and it's just like, they make loading a trailer with a front loader so easy. And it's like, yeah, I wish that was me. Trying to decide if it's worth taking that tiny little pallet with me. I don't think it is, to be honest, but you know, that's my biggest problem, like depth perception and the width when it's in the air and stuff. I just sometimes just don't. But you can see I've loaded it, not well, But I will just then do that. How much is in this pallet? That's got 76 litres of wool already in that one pallet in an hour. That's crazy. 76 litres of wool an hour. Okay, something is... I think I might have set the collision wrong on that first bit. This is why I'm using it, so I can figure out. Let's do that. Let's load that side up like that, and away we go. So there we go. So yeah, we're going to go all the way to the top of the map now, guys. It unfortunately is... it's a long way to go. It always is. I never close that gate. I really should. I should do with... or I could do with changing tractor as well, but... this has an overall better top speed of 2 extra mile an hour, and while it's level and flat, it's definitely worth taking the Massey. But we'll get up there and we'll come back to the farm as and when we can. But by the look of it, my worker has bugged out on the trees. I didn't really have a choice there. This worker, it's because I didn't do any headlands, that's why. But I was trying to avoid doing the headlands because we've already done the headlands twice. No, we've done the headlands once, but we did 3 headlands, is what I meant to say, sorry. But yeah, time to get up to the sell point, make some money. Right, that is us pretty much back at the farm, and yeah, something we need to chat about, guys, and that is the fact that it is April. When the hell do we sell the soybeans? I was thinking about it on the way back down. Now, I don't know if you noticed, guys, but the Massey Ferguson can no longer go up that hill. Honestly, guys, it was just it was just hell. It was hell to go all the way up to there. Yeah, I can't cope with that. It was just so slow. Now, I am just going to go over here, guys, because, yep, he is working now, so at least he's doing his job. I don't really know what's going on, but it does look like Courseplay is going to be the better option once again. But in the next episode, we will... Well, I'm going to leave this to finish. We will be getting on with this field. We'll be doing the fertilising of this field. That's got to be done in the next one. I need to make sure I've actually got some liquid fertiliser on the farm. I don't think we do. We have normal fertiliser, but we don't actually have a normal fertiliser spreader. But if you also notice as well, we got £10,000, including the environmental score for the wool. Our grass is growing absolutely lovely, as you can see. That is another good thing that is due to be cut in the next couple of months as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one.